Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Witches of the Moon. My name is Dia, aka Ori of OriOasis.com, and this week we are talking about um, how to cleanse your space. Okay, so to me, when it comes to cleansing your space, is for me, it's very important to, at least in my experience, to have the space actually clean before you do a spiritual cleaning. So if you're cleaning the room, cleansing your room of spiritual energy, well, first of all, there's multiple ways to do this. If you're cleaning your room, any particular room of spiritual energy, uh, you after you vacuum, you mop, you wash, you dust, and do all that. That lifts like one level of it, right? And the reason why I say you should definitely do this is because it has been, well, scientifically proven that we all shed some more than others, depending upon whether we have skin issues or not. Um, Hair naturally sheds and it falls and stuff. We have animals, pets, dogs that shed hair if you have pets. But either way, the skin naturally sheds, the hair naturally sheds. And this leaves not only a physical layer of dust and things, it also leaves a spiritual layer. So first you want to get rid of the physical because that'll still be there and it'll pull back in the spiritual energy because there's a physical representation still there. So you want to do a clean layer of that. Now, what most people don't realize is that you have to, and doing it at least once a month or once every 2 months, or at least once every 3 months to change your other seasons, or what should be the changes of the seasons depending on where you live at. Move the furniture as much as you can. Sometimes, spaces are tight, so you can't really move it, but try to lift it up and um, get under it, especially where the legs at, because the lint and stuff will build up. It'll be like if you have a vase sitting on the floor, right? You can clean all around that vase. But if you actually move the vase, you'll notice it's a ring of dirt right there. You want to get that. You want to get in the corners, especially corners. If you have carpets, you want to shampoo them. If you can't shampoo them, at least put some baking soda down first. Let it sit for about an hour or two, and then vacuum that up. Now, these are regular cleansing that I believe is the base or foundation before you actually do a spiritual cleansing. To me, it's just like taking a spiritual bath when you haven't, like, you've been outside in the dirt all day. You want to rinse the dirt off, right? And wash yourself first before you put on lotions and powders and oils and all the stuff that's going to make you smell good and feel good. It's the same thing to me when cleansing your space. Now, after that, you know, you may want to smudge. And with smudging, it's a great thing because I smudge everything. I smudge my furniture, I smudge my family, I smudge my kids, I smudge my dog. However, with smudging, you should have a window or a door open to let that air out. I look at it as I look at the smoke of smudging just like water. If water stays in the same place, it gets stagnant. And if you try to put clean water in a bowl that already has filthy water, it'll turn that clean water filthy. So you have to, it has to flow. So windows or something has to be open. Now, granted, everybody can't always open a window, but you can open a door for about 2 minutes or so, smudge, let the air out, or when you Febreze or whatever, just get it out of there. Now, if you cannot like open a window, you cannot smudge, then I suggest you get in the habit of washing your walls, which to me you should be doing anyway because that's part of cleansing. Get in the habit of washing walls, move the furniture away from the wall, and you may have to do this in steps, like do one wall one day, the next wall the next day, until you get the whole room done. Because washing walls does take a lot, especially if you had a lot of stuff or you have a small space where you have to put a lot of stuff. Whew, child. And then you got other things to do, like life in general. It's gonna take a minute, but start with smudging. Start wash your walls. You can add essential oils. I would add tea tree oil to wash your walls to help get. It's just antibacterial. It's very good. With cleaning stuff. However, you have to be very careful with tea tree oil because tea tree oil will strip the paint off the wall. But I would add tea tree oil, your favorite essential herbs, as a what you want your place to smell like, and just get in there. You know what I mean? And after you get done, it's so weird because after you get done and cleaning, you can put everything back in the same spot, literally the same spot you had it at, and your room will feel so much bigger, just because you did a physical cleaning and a spiritual cleaning. I don't know why that does, or at least for me, it happens. Okay, now getting back to the carpet, right? Don't have a carpet shampoo or don't have access to one, can't afford to rent one. Cool. Baking soda. Add your essential oils to your baking soda. Put that on your altar and have that specifically for when you do your spiritual cleanings. You can also use the same baking soda on couches depending on the material of the couch. So you need to make sure your material, you can do that where you can sprinkle it on the couch, not pile it on, sprinkle it on the couch, let it sit for an hour or two, and then vacuum it up. Another one, a way that is a spiritual cleanser in itself, is rearranging furniture. However, this one has been an issue for me because where we live at, well, where we have lived at for a while actually, um, I can rearrange the furniture, but if I do, it'll cause chaos in our everyday, regular, mundane life because it would just make no damn sense of where I put the furniture. I'm literally just moving it just to move it because where we have it now is functional for the way we got to move around. Spacing but so big, whatever. However, if you cannot move your furniture around, just make sure you lift it up and clean underneath the furniture and behind the furniture, and you'll be surprised how much that will do. Now, also as far as cleaning your space, I'm looking over here because I'm looking at the list of the topics, and I was trying to make sure it was, like the topic cleansing your space gave opportunity for more than just a room or whatever. Okay. Now, if you're in somebody else's space and you can't necessarily cleanse that space the way you want to with physical objects, have a specific prayer that you can say when you walk in the room. Also, this is where jewelry and stuff come in. Now, for me, if you notice, I don't really wear a lot of jewelry. Well, I don't do it on camera. Y'all never really get to see me when I have jewelry on and I look like somewhat of a girl. But jewelry, be very careful of the jewelry you wear because if you're going, like for me, if you're going to an unknown space, right? An unknown event, one of the worst things you can wear is diamonds because diamonds are an amplifier. Diamonds, clear quartz, selenite, those are amplifiers. So when you walk into that space, you're automatically amplifying the energy of that space. Now, if you're going to a birthday party and everything, that's something you want to do. If you invite people into your space, that's something you want to do. However, excuse me, when you're going into an unknown territory, the last thing you want to do is wear diamonds. Now, this is from my experience. This is from my research. This is from my point of view. Now, you could wear things like rose quartz. That'll help. Rose quartz will definitely help. Smoky quartz can help. However, you don't want to keep the smoky quartz on your body. You may want to take it with you and then throw it, like take it with you, throw it away. Smoky quartz is also something that you could put in your rooms and it'll pull the energy out. It will pull the energy and you'll notice the smoky quartz turning black. And at that point, it's up to you. You can either bury it in the ground away from the property or you can put it in a bowl of water. I personally like to put mine in brown rice, or you can actually put it in those Tibetan singing bowls and do the little thinky thing. I don't know what it's called. Do the little thinky thing to make the sound. And it'll actually, you'll see it lightening back up. You can use that. There's so much you could do. Like, one thing that I love to do that many people don't, it's mostly because they haven't really done it. You could take an onion and you want to cut just enough off of the bottom so that the onion stands up, and then you want to cut the top off so that the rings are exposed, and just let that sit in the room. The onion will pull in so much bacteria and negative energy into the onion. This is one of the reasons why you have to be careful when you're eating people's potato salads, because depending on when they make it and how long it sits out in the sun and how long it's exposed, onions naturally absorb this environment. So this is why people get sick a lot with potato salads, and there's a whole big stigma about who made the potato salad, whether you're going to eat it, has it been sitting outside, has it been the proper temperature, because onions absorb everything. So you want to take the onion, sit it in a room. The faster the onion goes bad, you'll see the little black spots. Is basically shows you how much negativity is in the room. Now, if that onion can sit in the room for like 3 or 4 days and still stay the same, then you know that the energy, your space doesn't need to be cleansed much. Now, if it's a good onion, you will not smell the onion. I have set this onion in bathrooms. You will not smell the onion if it's a good onion. If it's an old onion, of course you're going to smell it. You're going to smell it as soon as you open it. But I promise you, if you're using good onions, it won't make the room stink. That's one of my favorite ways to cleanse. That is spiritual and practical, actually. Then, washing walls, vacuuming. Again, have a special prayer that you say. If you don't have a special prayer, saying the Our Father and Psalms 23 together, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want, with the Our Father prayer, that is also a way of cleansing the room. Just walk, just make your way around the room and just say a little prayer 2 or 3 times. You could also do this when you're walking into a meeting and you want to just cleanse the room or cleanse the energy while you're shaking hands. You're saying a prayer in your head while you're sitting. When they put you in a room and you're sitting and waiting for the person to come in the room, you can say your prayers then. There are smudge sprays, which, again, if it's not your place, I wouldn't suggest spraying them. But yeah, you could do that. Cleansing your car. Oh my gosh, you can smudge your car, especially if you have old cars that still have ashtrays in them. I only deal with old cars, so I don't know what the 2019 car will have in it. I don't know. But if you have an old car with an ashtray, you can safely smudge your car. You will want to stay there, though. Use a little smaller charcoal. Add a little sand. Still put sand in the ashtray because it's going to get hot. Add a little smaller charcoal disc. Put your little herbs on it to smudge it. But you want to open your windows, and you want to use stuff that does not smell like the devil's lettuce. Just in case someone roll up on you and they think it's the devil's lettuce, you want to make sure the scent is totally different so that if you're not in a place where that is legal, there's no issues. What else? You could do the same, depending on if you have cloth seats in your car, you could do the same thing with baking soda in your car. The prayers. One of the things we keep in our car is a citrine and a clear quartz at all times, and this just helps keep the energy in between cleanings. Another thing that's a great way to cleanse your space, if you have access to children, or if you have little children, I mean young, like ages, like babies, like no older than 6, right? Just letting them come and hang out. Now, I mean, you shouldn't be just letting them come and hang out your house, but if you have grandchildren, you all know, or children young age, they naturally bring good energy. They naturally bring positive energy. They naturally bring creative energy. Now, that does come with a lot of chaos at times, because that's how it just goes. But having that energy around you naturally cleanses a stagnant environment. I can't explain the science behind it. I don't know, but literally it just does. So that's also a way to cleanse, is going to, if you're trying to cleanse yourself, just sitting in a playground, not necessarily watching the kids, because that's a little creepy, okay? But just sitting in a playground where a bunch of kids are and just watch the park, watch the animals, watch the ducks. It's another way. There's so many different ways to cleanse. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Now, as far as what herbs to use as you cleanse, that really depends on you and what your purpose is. And I do believe after you cleanse your environment, to me, more importantly, once the cleansing is done, is that you have to replace the energy. Do not just cleanse and go and leave. No. That energy has to be replaced. Otherwise, you just made a bigger space for more crap to come in. And everything likes repetition. So things naturally are repetition. So if you cleanse the space, put everything out, the energy is naturally going to want to come back because that's what it's used to. So you have to replace and rearrange after you cleanse in order to keep it going. Now, most women do this naturally because we like to shop. So we'll naturally go, or I would say most people that have more of the feminine essence will naturally go and we'll just buy a new vase, a new rug, a new coat, a new something, just to rearrange their energy, something that just we naturally do. Go to the thrift store, go to the dollar store, get a new spoon, something, and eventually, change out just to rearrange the energy. That's also a new way of cleansing. Make sure you clean it when you get home, though, before you don't just start using it. However, I think that's it, because on this, I could take forever talking about cleansing and different ways to cleanse and how to cleanse, but mainly once you have everything cleansed, you do want to replace that energy with something. You want to tell that now that it's wrong, you need to direct what the space that's now clear is for. So you want to start doing your prosperity work right away, your attraction work right away. If you need protection, your protection work right away. If you're trying to make a healing space, do your healing work. Not necessarily right away, but start prepping to make so that space know that we've cleared this area for this particular thing. You have to direct the energy. Okay, so with that, don't forget to thumbs up. Don't forget to watch everybody's video. Don't forget to comment below, not only on my video, but on everybody's video. And I'll see y'all on the other side of the weekend. Stay blessed to be a blessing. Peace.